Hello. Welcome to the Cocopah Middle School 8th grade Moving Up Ceremony 2024. Give yourselves a round. Let's go. All right. It is my honor to introduce to you the choir led by our own fabulous Mrs. Borders. Singing the national anthem.
And just so everyone knows, they're doing the national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was amazing, as always. Okay, we're going to get things started. Glad you're all here. Thank you for coming. I'm just going to take a minute, not that long. I just wanted to say how incredibly excited I am to be able to be here, to talk to you, to the students, to the parents, to everyone. I was lucky enough, I had about half of these guys last year in social studies, and then I've had all of them this year at lunch. It's been fun. It's been fun. People ask what I do, and I say, oh, I'm an AP at a middle school. And I usually get, you're kidding. Really? What? I could never do that. Why do you do that? And I always say the same thing. I love it. I love it because you. That's why. That's why I love it. Okay? From making board games for World War II to asking you to throw your trash away every day at lunch. Okay? In just 2 years, you've grown, you've changed so much, but you guys will always be super special to me. I definitely want to thank you to all the parents for allowing me to be a part of your child's life. And I want to thank you, 8th graders, for making my life better and more fun. Never mind the gray hairs. As proud as I am of you today, I know you're heading for bigger and better things. Okay, I'm not sure where she is, but I would be remiss if I did not mention Mrs. Barber. Does anybody know where Mrs. Barber is? Where is she? There she is. Just a little shout out for Mrs. Barber. Okay, for being such a bright light and amazing presence, and we're going to miss her so much. And now I would like to introduce the amazing Ms. DeMuro.
Shorter than Miss Ambry. Good afternoon, 8th graders, parents, family, and friends. I was asked to speak this afternoon because, like you, Cocopah Class of 2024, I'm also moving on to middle school this week. I've just spent a little bit more time in middle school than you have. As the Yearbook advisor, I think in themes. So please indulge me in looking back at your middle school experience through the themes of your yearbooks. You started middle school piecing it together. When you came to Cocopah from elementary school, you had new experiences with changing classes, having multiple teachers, seeing new faces in larger classes, rotating through the elective wheel to try classes you may not have otherwise taken. And maybe you came in knowing no one at all. Starting middle school is scary. You probably don't have classes with the same people you've been with before. There are new faces and names to learn. Lunch is a whole new ballgame with new foods, new places to eat, and no more recess. By the end of 6th grade, you've mostly figured it out, and you know how the different pieces of middle school fit together. Then comes 7th grade, when you are experiencing moments in time. 7th grade is tough. Friend groups change, sometimes a lot. I've seen more 7th graders cry than when I taught elementary school. You're figuring out who you are. Middle school isn't new anymore. You know what to expect, but they aren't the same moments you had in 6th grade. They're brand new. Maybe you play a sport you didn't play before, or you get to go to the state robotics tournament for the first time, or you go on your first overnight field trip away from your family. You really liked that class you took on the elective wheel last year, so you take that class for a semester and learn more than you thought you would. Maybe you're brave enough to be the anchor on the broadcast every day, and you will forever hear, today's hot lunch is a bean and cheese or vegan burrito in your dreams. Finally, it's 8th grade, and it's time to be you. You have a better grasp on who you are, and who you want to be, and what you want to do. You continue with robotics and go to the state tournament for real this time, not because the crabs couldn't go. And you sell your project with all your heart. After spending 4 days in San Diego with me at Yearbook camp, yes, it's really a thing, and it is awesome. You led 19 of your peers in writing a book that people pay for. No one else can say that they sold their homework, at least not without breaking the SUSD code of conduct. This year you performed on stage, toured your future high school, played a sport, maybe more than one, competed against your peers in some way, maybe through sports or music, helped others make the world a better place through volunteerism, participated in a spirit day, made a prosthetic limb, filmed a movie trailer with your friends, learned to play a new instrument, acted on stage, coded that game you developed, learned a new language, read a book that made you think, filled your bellies with pie on Pie Day, entered a library contest with your painted rock, piñata, or original writing, participated in a club with others that have a similar interest, tested the melting point of various materials, budgeted and planned your next vacation, or took advantage of one of the many opportunities that middle school has to offer. This week there have been some moments of sadness and some of joy. I have confidence that what you and I have learned at our time in middle school has prepared us for our next adventure. While mine won't be as an underwater welder or working on an oil rig, though I appreciate the suggestions, yours might be. Wherever life leads you as you head to high school and beyond, my hope for you is that you piece together the moments of time and always be you. It is my pleasure to introduce one of my favorite people, your Student Council President, Emery Cutts.
Hello, administrators, teachers, staff, parents, and most importantly, my fellow 8th grade graduates. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Emery Cutts. I'm speaking to you as student body president for Cocopah Middle School this year. I would like to start by thanking all of you for being here tonight. I would like to thank Mr. Olney, who has been a true leader in every possible way on this campus. I would also like to thank our assistant principal, Ms. Ambry, all of our counselors and staff for their time and assistance. To our teachers, who have educated us these last 3 years, thank you for not only teaching us the standards, but going out of your way to make learning a meaningful experience. Your support also guided us through the ups and downs of middle school during our journey here at Cocopah. A special thank you to our parents for not only driving us everywhere and reminding us to do our homework, but for dealing with us as evolving teenagers. Buckle up, we all know it's not going to get any easier for you all. My fellow 8th graders, congratulations on graduating from Cocopah Middle School. Do you remember August 4th, 2021? It was our first day of middle school here. And one thing I know for sure is that I wasn't the only one who was nervous. New buildings, new teachers, new staff, but hey, we got through it, and look how far we've come. As we prepare to begin high school, you may be thinking to yourself, am I starting over? Who will I sit with on the first day? Will I get good grades? Will my parents be proud of me? Going to a new school next year will not be so bad because we have all done that at least once. Think of high school as an opportunity to have more friends, more teachers, more staff, more class selection, and a chance to learn more about the future you. We will have to make hard decisions in high school, like how much time we decide to spend on social media. We know social media is bad for us, yet we continue to use it. Our parents say it will affect our mental health, even though they use it every day. We worry about our likes, follows, and comments. We think to ourselves, oh, she's prettier than I am. I wish I was invited. They're all hanging out without me. As we start our high school experience, remember not to let social media get too far into your head. Find a healthy balance and stay present with those around you. I would like to share a few tips I like to remind myself. Be yourself. Be the reason someone smiles. Be the reason someone feels loved and believes in the goodness of other people. Brad Meltzer once said, be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Remember that you are not alone and everyone has their own struggles and doubts. It is important to lift each other up instead of bringing each other down because you never know what someone else is going through. A famous celebrity once said, when writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. Drake. Do what you think is right, and don't let others stop you from figuring out who you can become in your future. Just because someone says or does something does not mean it's the correct choice to make. As we say goodbye to Cocopah, let's treasure the many memories and friendships we have made. Wishing you luck wherever you are headed in this next chapter of life. Congratulations again to the class of 2024. And remember, we're all in this together. Thank you. I'd like to call up our Humanities and Student Council teacher, Ms. Clayton.
Thank you, Emery. My life is like a tapestry of rich and royal hue, an everlasting vision of the ever-changing view. A wondrous woven magic cloth in bits of blue and gold, a tapestry to feel and see, impossible to hold. When I see this 8th grade class, I think of Carole King's song, Tapestry. I see the bright colors contributed by our art students, ready to work towards advanced placement art and creating an everyday rainbow that will never fade away. I touch the woven material and think of the costumes of our theater kids, waiting to take the stage at Chaparral High School or whatever high school they plan on becoming a star. I see the wild vines moving in and out with the fluidity that our athletes hope to accomplish when dominating their high school sports competitions. I smell the fruit of a pomegranate that students will use as a garnish in a high school culinary classroom, waiting to be a part of a feast that I can hear, and I can hear the chirping of birds reminding me of our music students preparing to march on football fields or sing in coffee houses or play in the high school orchestra. In my Humanities class and my Student Council class, you will see a poster of the tapestry I am mentioning. The poster, no, not the original, which is housed at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, has traveled with me from classroom to classroom these past 30 years, ensuring that no matter where it hangs, it can be seen by all who enter. As my students know, there is one specific part of this tapestry I have yet to mention: the unicorn. When I see the unicorn, I see all of you. I see that magical, mystical creature whose horn leads its way to its future. That spirited animal who purifies the poisonous water, who fights the dragons, real and in its head, and then finds itself happily frolicking in its home. Be a unicorn. Follow in its footsteps and take its advice. Love with your heart, but trust with your head. Know that you and only you can create the magic that you hold. Believe in yourself and you can fight any dragon, real or in your head. And remember that seeking help is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of strength. Guide others to safety when they have lost their way, and never forget the unique individual that you were meant to be. And remember that, like a tapestry, as old as you become, you will forever be a treasure to your family here at Cocopah. Thank you. It is now my honor to welcome Mr. Olney, our principal, to the mic.
Thank you, Ms. Slayton. And I just want to give a round of applause to everybody that spoke before me, Ms. Ambry, Ms. Slayton, Emery. And now you got to get a speech from me, so I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, faculty members, parents, and soon-to-be former middle schoolers, students of Cocopah Middle School. My name is Mr. Olney, and today I stand before you as your proud principal, your crossing guard, sometimes your chaperone on the field trip, and your partner. Today, we are ready to celebrate your transition from middle school to the next exciting chapter of your lives. So let's take a moment to acknowledge the incredible achievements of this graduating class. You have worked through countless homework assignments. Sometimes you did it like at lunch together. Science experiments gone well and wrong. I saw a lot of I don't know, slime and stuff. And then you also were working on some of those confusing math problems. And yeah, some of them were really confusing. And for many of you, you had opportunities to be involved in some of our wonderful activities as well. In fact, I'd like to take a moment to recognize some of these. Because it's not all about just academics. I would like you to stand if at any time while you were at Cocopah, you were in an after-school club. Any students, please stand if you were in an after-school club at this time. Any after-school club. You may see. Congratulations, guys. I just want to say, give them a round of applause. In conclusion of making friends in clubs, meeting people that have similar interests, it's a great way to get involved. And you're about ready to go to high school, so I encourage you to get in clubs and get involved. At this point, though, would like to actually have anybody, all students, stand up. If you've been in band, theater, strings, or choir, stand up. You may be seated. The performing arts, please, when you go to high school, continue the performing arts. It expands your imaginations. It helps you with your own and unique voice. And it's a great way, again, to meet new friends and get involved in high school. I would also like any students at this time, that any time during your time at Cocopah, that you've been in any of our athletic programs, please stand up. Sports helps you stay in shape. I mean, that's the obvious one, but it also helps you with teamwork and being able to work together as a team to have a common goal. Except maybe in track, and you're kind of like on your own, but it is team sport. I would like you at this time, though, at any time while you're here at Cocopah, that you took a field trip. Please stand up. I kind of tricked everybody to stand up on that one. We just did the 8th grade field trip, so I hope everybody stood up. But also went to the DC trip, where I learned some students are surprised that their mom and dad's not there to clean up after them. And I went to the Disney trip, saw the same thing. But actually, I enjoyed all the trips I went on, and I will be honest, as a chaperone, getting to know a lot of the students was part of my best experience this year. So thank you. Please continue to be active and participate in school clubs, sports, and activities as you move on into high school. Remember, you own your own high school experience, so make the best of it. Wherever you go, get involved. Students, as you move up into high school, remember that this moment is not about just moving up. It's about acknowledging your journey you have taken, the friendships you have forged, the lessons you have learned, and it's about recognizing your unique talents, passion, and the potential that resides in each and every one of you. Thank you for the memories and for being an outstanding class. May your future be filled with endless joy and adventure. Congratulations, class of 2024. And now, I have the great honor to introduce you to our choir as they sing Slipping Through the Fingers. It's our 8th grade choir led by Miss Mimi Borders. That's one large choir class. choir. Now let's give them one more big round of applause. That was amazing. So actually, while I was sitting, I got a text. I was told by APT they have roses for sale outside for $3. They also have bracelets. They're pretty cool. I've got one right here. They're for sale for $8. But if you get a rose and a bracelet, you get $1 off, or only $10. So I'd like to let you know that's out there. Please remember that our Moving Up dance starts at 5:30 in the cafeteria. Student IDs and permission slips are required, but if you don't have that, permission slips are available by the cafeteria if you don't already have one. And now, what we're doing here, students will proceed out first. Parents and guests will wait. Once the students have all left the gym, you may follow out and join them to the courtyard to celebrate. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Sound quiet.